Right, so we're just doing a test with this old crimping tool. I'm making some new leads for the, I think, and we've just put, as you can see, just making off some more. We're just doing a test there to see how well it crimps on, and it crimps on very well. But what I've learned from that little experiment is I just tried a 35 and then put a 25 on, and the 25 is too small, so the 35 is the one I need to go for. Okay, for those of you that want to know what this is, it is a crimping tool, and what we're crimping are the connectors that go on the starter motor cable. Obviously this is a big heavy copper cable, and we need to crimp them on. We're probably going to solder them as well. However, we've just done an experiment, as you might have seen, with this, so now I need to change these over. These were 25, they come in different sizes. As you can see, there's a box. Found that the 35 for our needs was actually better. Make sure I get them the right way round. 35. 35 and 35. Then so we've got the mandrels in there, as you can see. Then this clips over, and then this is just the vise, and it just levers these two mandrels together and crimps it on. It's a bit fiddly, but for speed there's a sort of ratchet mechanism here which you turn it up to get it to the desired position so that it's under pressure. I should say, by the way, that in the immortal words of Blue Peter, this cable was prepared diligently by Clive earlier. So here I go, just crimping it. And as Clive pointed out, oh, this is the point where you found you got your finger stuck in it. No chance. And the way this thing works is you just keep pressing it, and it goes up to its end point and then works its way around. So it releases as I come over the cable. There we go. And this is what we're doing. As a belt and braces, we may well end up putting a drop of solder on these as well, but we know for now. Don't forget, when you're making these up, you must put the dust covers on the cable in advance. There you go. Pump 2. So what we did before we put those 2 crimps on that cable, we did a test, which is the one I started showing you. Now you see I've got it clamped in a vise with the piece of cable. I'm just going to give it a really good, you can see I can pull on it. I know you can't see my hands very well, but trust me, I've done this the second time I've done this. Try as I might, that is not coming out of there. So if we decide we want to put a bit of solder on it as a belt and braces, we can, but in reality we know that this will do the job once it's fitted to the car exactly as it is. Right, so as a belt and braces, we are just going to solder this up. Have you got any solder, Clyde?
I have.
Flux has melted.
If this was a James Bond movie, this would be an action shot, you know that, wouldn't you?
I'd be hanging from the rafters on a long rope, wouldn't I? Come on. What's happening?
It's dead in all right, isn't it? You get too carried away with it. You're not melting it.
You reckon a bit more in there?
Yeah, I think that's enough. I think that's just. You're not ever going to start melting everything, I think.
Hey?
I think you're not. Well, I think was it much too
Careful.
wait, no, I was just seeing how hot it was down there.
Yeah. No, you're thinking about the plastic.
Yeah. It's starting to pull back, as you can see a little bit. Look, you've got solder right down in it.
Okay.
Look, you can see the solder.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You reckon? Okay.
Well,
Do the other one?
yeah. No, you've got solder run right through it.
Yeah.
That's a copper. If that's a pipe joint, you'd be a plumber.
It goes through flat. Quite. Nearly there, but it's not quite.
No, it's too well flux is still bubbling, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go.
I thought you know this, but solder will always follow the heat. You always go to the heat first.
What do you reckon? Down in there, isn't it?
You've got solder right down in the bottom.
Down in there.
I think it's good enough. Hello, Mr. Wild. Another successful mission.